Always listen more than you speak. We advise every single one of our clients in all of our trainings, the Asking Academy webinars, you hear us say, always listen more than you're speaking. The reason we say this over and over and over is because you are the expert when it comes to your organization, your campaign, the mission that you're pushing forward. There's probably no one in the world more informed than you, and possibly even more passionate than you. And that's why you're the CEO. That's why you're on staff. Maybe you're on the board. You care, and you care a lot. And there are times when you're going to have to engage in a conversation with a potential donor, maybe a potential volunteer, maybe recruiting another board member. And the tendency is to sit down and share all the information that we know, to anticipate every question that's going to be asked and answer that before it's asked. But there's a problem with that approach. And the problem is we don't know what our listener is anticipating. We don't know what our guest wants to know about. And if we try to answer everything on the front end, what we're doing is we are talking a lot and we are not listening. Anytime our mouth is open and we're talking, we're not listening. Let me propose a different alternative instead. What if the next time you have a meeting, you made it a goal to not speak more than 50% of the time? 25% might even be a good goal to aim for. Maybe you share a little bit of the vision, a big picture overview, and then you ask a strategic question. You stop talking and just open up your ears and listen. The pushback you might have is, well, what if I have more to say? What if there's important details that I can't convey in just that 25% of time? Well, here's the beautiful thing about a strategic question is it leads to strategic listening. And once you start listening, the person you're in a conversation with will ask you a question that they care about. Then you get to speak to the exact issue that that person wants to hear about. So, and that's a problem with giving all the information. People aren't going to want all the information. They're going to want some of it, but don't give them information they don't want, because then that just turns you into a chatty Cathy and you're going to bore your listener. Whereas if you can become the listener and answer the exact questions they're looking for, now you're completely relevant. They are completely engaged and the conversation is going to go somewhere. So one of the questions I like to ask after giving some general information is, hey Joe, how do you see yourself aligning your values with the values of our organization? Is there any overlap there? Another question might be, do you know anyone who has personal values that would align with our organizational values? Those questions will open up the door for a lot of good conversation. Here's what you should anticipate. If you ask a really good question, give some time for the awkward silence, because the wheels are going to be turning inside the head. People are going to start thinking. And then it's time for you to listen, because they're going to start speaking. Listening opens up the doors for responding. And when you can respond in the most relevant way possible, that's when you're getting some traction. That's when you're going in the right direction. So best practice for today: when you have that 60-minute breakfast with someone, you're doing a meet and greet, you're casting some vision, do all of that within the first 15 or 20 minutes and then start to listen and see where the conversation goes. It's going to take you places that you never would have imagined. And when you pass the mic to someone else and let them start to share their heart, you're going to see where the perfect alignment is, the perfect fit for them and your organization, whether they're a donor, whether they're a potential volunteer, potential board member, or just a partner networking you with other people that you need to meet in the community. The power of listening is strong.